Back again, everyone, for the second video, as I said. That first video was about the cultural and historical context elements, so if you didn't watch that, make sure you do, because I say one or two things in there that you might find helpful, I hope. This video is just going to be briefly about the assignments for this week, week 5. So, here we go. You have two assignments, one Monday, one for Thursday, in addition to the rather long reading assignment that you have. So get to that and make sure you really do this reading assignment. Not only the long goodbye, but the other PDF version of the essay, because that essay does something very interesting. It kind of will teach you, to a great extent, how this kind of cultural context, an analysis of cultural and historical context, can be used to interpret a text. The author kind of compares, on one hand, British detective fiction in the context of England at this time to American um, noir fiction at this time in the kind of American context. So you're going to see a really good example of the way that an analysis of these two different historical cultural contexts contributes to an analysis of texts. So read that. That's the reading assignment in addition to keeping up to date with the long goodbye. The other assignment for Monday is the first of your two writing workouts. Now, I've already gotten some questions about this. You don't necessarily need to do the two first ones that you listed. And in fact, you don't even necessarily need to do any of the ones that you came up with. You can come up with new ones now. The main reason that you're doing these writing workouts, that I'm assigning them to you, is so that you can practice doing things that you are, in fact, not used to doing, or uncomfortable doing, or find difficult. That's the whole point of these assignments. For you to identify, as you did in your process reflection, things that you need to work on, and then, in fact, create ways for yourself to work on them. So, a lot of you came up with some pretty good things, but you might now want to kind of really revisit those and say, is that really going to help me do what I need to do and to practice? Or are there other things that I can come up with that will, in fact, be more helpful in terms of pushing you in ways that you need to improve? So let's just say, for instance, that, okay, so you want to practice signposting language, right? What you can do is you can take the topic sentences from that last paper that you wrote, the CRRP, the topic sentences in each of the paragraphs, right? And if you felt like you weren't actually connecting the paragraphs particularly well, you can transform those topic sentences, right? Take them there, transform them using signposting language, using the kind of language that will help to situate a reader in terms of the logic of your argument, right? So if that's your problem, signposting language, or one of the things you need to work on, that would be a wonderful writing workout for you to do. So you should put that writing work at the top, whatever it is, and then actually follow through on it for the assignment. Let's say that you are having trouble kind of coming up with lots of different approaches to the same idea. Right? People were saying, oh, it's hard moving from this 5-paragraph essay structure when each paragraph deals with a different idea to now have to write 4, 5, or in the case of this rhetorical analysis paper coming up, 7, 8, 9, 10 paragraphs that are all dealing with the same idea. So if you're having trouble kind of coming up with that, well, choose an idea, say gender relations in The Long Goodbye, and come up with 10 different ways that you're going to approach that topic, right? You can bullet point them. I'm going to deal with how men and women speak differently in dialogue, the way that dress is described in different ones, or the kind of cultural and historical context of this period in which kind of the masculine model of the masculine detective is one part element, or the femme fatale, where does that emerge from the kind of cultural and historical context? Just list 10 of these examples if you're having difficulty producing that kind of thing. Or let's say that you're not great at introductions. Well, take either find a random thesis statement in an essay online, Google it, and you'll come up with a bunch of different kind of example essays, and then write 3 different introductions using that thesis. Right? If that's the kind of difficulty that you're having in terms of structuring an introduction, how do you go about it? Well, do 3 different versions. Practice which one works best. Or even take the thesis statement from your last paper and write 3 paragraph introductions in which you sort of discuss the ways that you're going to elaborate and develop that thesis statement. Right? So basically, those are 3 examples: signposting language, whatever the second one that I gave you, the approaches to a different idea, and introductions. That if you're having trouble with those are going to be great ways to sort of work those things out, practice them. So if you have any other questions about that, let me know, but know that you don't have to do the 4 things in order, the writing workouts, nor do you even have to do the ones that you wrote for last week. You can come up with completely new ones, whatever, you just need to do 2. That's about all I can say, since each of you are going to do different things and work on different elements of your writing, but again, let me know if you have any more questions about that. Okay, so that's the Monday assignment. For Thursday, of course, you have your presentations. You'll see on the presentations that I want these things to be generally about 5 minutes. I said no more than 6. These should be concise, to the point, kind of expert approaches to the topic that you've chosen. I expect that you will have already worked that out with your group, who's doing what, and so you'll know your topic now. Now, becoming an expert on the kind of one topic that's going to relate to the cultural and historical context of either noir films or novels, this might require some outside research. You can, of course, refer to the articles that we've already read in the class, the ones that I've assigned, but you may very well want to go outside and actually find some more credible sources that you'll be able to reference, that will kind of reflect back on your authority as an expert on this topic. Because that's, as a rhetor yourself, someone who's practicing rhetoric in this presentation, that's something that's going to give you a lot of authority. Your kind of academic ethos is going to be created based on the kinds of credible sources that you're able to gather together and use to talk about your particular topic. So if you kind of are having difficulty doing that research or kind of knowing what's a credible source and what's not, check out again the Anteater's Guide to Writing and Rhetoric, which is again in PDF form under Files on Canvas. And check out Chapter 4, which is a chapter about research and kind of finding and using sources. That'll help you a lot, I think, when you go about sort of doing these presentations. So again, these presentations should be about 5-6 minutes long. You can either just make videos like this, either on YouTube as I do, or you can use the actual Canvas tool, which is there's just a little icon you click on and you can embed a video like this. So you can either just make an image like this in which you kind of talk, try it again to sort of structure your argument carefully, be concise, and use signposting language to let us know, your listeners know, where you are in your presentation. If you have the kind of technological skills, you can also, say, do a Prezi, you can make a PowerPoint, kind of do a screenshot with a voiceover of yourself talking. You can go do whatever you want in terms of the technology, but a video is fine. But again, I just want that then to be concise, to the point, and well-structured, so that we know that you are indeed an expert in your particular topic. I think that that's what I wanted to say about that. These presentations, of course, are going to help you kind of establish the cultural and historical context that then you might very well want to use in your rhetorical analysis paper for week 7. So this is not going to be, hopefully, wasted research that you're going to do. These are going to be, any sources you find will also be sources that you'll be able to use for that paper, which it's going to need to cite outside sources. So this is not wasted time. This is time that's actually going to develop whatever that overall argument you're going to make in the rhetorical analysis paper. So, hope that's clear. Those two assignments, writing workouts, and these presentations. Do the reading, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon. Bye.